When it comes time to get the job done, your flashlight is really only as good as the battery powering it. Whether you're lighting up the scene of a car crash or making your way through rough weather to find camp, there usually isn't any time to change batteries or recharge a dead light. That's where Fenix's new 21700 powered PD36R really shines. Capable of throwing out a consistent 800 lumens downrange for well over 5.5 hours on high really makes this light stand out from the other options available on the crowded tactical light market. This flashlight has 5 separate lighting modes, ranging from 30 lumens on the low end, all the way to a blazing turbo mode of 1600 lumens. To avoid overheating, the light is thermoregulated, gradually dropping down to about 550 lumens over the course of about 15 minutes. Overall, the PD36R is slightly larger than your standard 18650 powered light, but still remains easily pocketable. The body has some nice machining which adds some good grip in inclement conditions without being overly aggressive on the pockets, your gear, or your bare hand. There are 2 cutouts in the material surrounding the tail switch, allowing easy use with or without gloves. Unfortunately, the rubber button sits a little proud of the light's body, preventing it from tail standing. The light has 2 control buttons, a forward clicky rear tail switch and a small electronic side switch. In addition to the standard click for on, the forward clicky tail switch allows the user to lightly press the rear button to momentarily turn on the light. The side switch serves to cycle through the 5 brightness settings, turn on the strobe mode, and indicate current battery levels. This configuration makes this light perfectly suited for high pressure situations. Sometimes taking an extra few seconds to scroll through dozens of brightness settings and blinking modes just isn't an option. Push the tail switch a little or click it completely and it will always turn on in the same brightness mode you last used. At the end of the day, this was not designed with the typical EDC user in mind, and as such, Fenix chose to sacrifice a few options and modes in exchange for predictability. Looking at the business end, we find a nice combination of a smooth and reasonably deep reflector coupled with an SST40 LED. All these come together to shape a broad hot spot with a wide spill that lights up a wide area while still having enough power on high and turbo modes to easily light up objects over 700 feet away. When it comes time to recharge the PD36R, there's hardly a difference between being in the comfort of your own home or in the middle of the woods. The built-in USB-C charging port allows you to leave bulky battery charges behind and opt for whatever power bank, USB port, or wall socket you have available. Even the small details like the charging port cover have been well thought out. Its sideways orientation means the cover won't get snagged and unseated even when pulling out of a pocket, all while remaining easily accessible. Overall, I've come to depend on the PD36R as one of my go-to handheld options on duty at the fire department or when heading up into the mountains. However, there are a few minor details that I'm not the biggest fan of. First of which is the pocket clip. For many, the dual-position S-shaped clip Fenix has started to adopt across their line of flashlights is rather convenient. In my experience, however, I find this option increases the overall bulk in the hand while also making it more prone to snagging and scraping surfaces. Aside from when I first got the light, I haven't found myself ever clipping the light in a head-up position. I just find head-down carry is a little bit more secure while it allows me to clip the light to a radio strap or onto my jacket for hands-free use on calls. I would love to see Fenix offer a single position clip as an aftermarket option. While Fenix reports the light is IP68 rated and can withstand submersion up to 2 meters deep, realistically, I'm rather hesitant to expose any flashlight with an external charging port to anything more than a quick dip in a couple inches of water. If you don't diligently clean the gasket after charging, you might end up with a piece of dirt, or in my case dog fur, keeping you from getting a perfect seal. I've yet to experience any problems with the PD36R, but due to some negative experiences in the past with some rechargeable flashlights flooding, I'll be avoiding swimming with this light too. The last minor issue I found is that the Eco mode is just a little bit too bright for close-up work. I think a low mode more around 15 lumens would not only be ideal, but would prolong the already insane 115 hours at 30 lumen runtimes. Despite those minor issues, the PD36R is really a light I can trust with little hesitation, no matter where I am or what I'm doing. The no-nonsense user interface can be used by anyone with a few seconds of instruction, and conveniences such as built-in charging and a battery level indicator make it an extremely user-friendly light. Ultimately, despite its slightly larger size, the PD36R is a fantastic addition to Fenix's lineup. If you're looking for a rugged light that will light the way for hours and hours and hours, the PD36R is a fantastic choice that will serve you tremendously well. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course I'd like to extend my gratitude to all the kind folks over at Fenix for sending me this light to review. Stay tuned for more upcoming flashlight reviews, as well as some EDC videos. And as always, stay safe out there.